Hello there, this is John Valenzuela with the Golden Gate chapter of the California Rare Fruit Growers in another installment in our Making the Best of the Scion Exchange series. Just checking on this plum tree where I've got several different grafts of different varieties I've collected at our Scion Exchanges. I grafted this a couple years ago. And there's so many varieties to choose from. This video is going to focus on how to make your shopping list, how to decide from all the hundreds of varieties which one will be right for you to bear fruit in your backyard. So there's 5 different considerations I want to give you to help you make those decisions. One, of course, is the first, I would say, would be flavor. How does that taste? Is that a flavor you like? And there's a lot of opportunities for tastings and opinions that are held firmly by many people who are into fruit stuff. So getting out and tasting fruit is number one. But there are other considerations that even help shape the taste of your fruit. One would be climate. You have to know, even if you like it at some tasting, is that fruit going to perform for you in your own backyard? Is it suited to your climate? Around here in the Bay Area, we have coastal climates, maritime climates that aren't that warm in the summer. And if you don't get enough heat to ripen that fruit, it may not be a good fruit for you. Also in those same areas with the low summer heat, you have kind of warm winters because of the water, so you have maybe not enough chill hours. A lot of our deciduous fruits, the ones that lose their leaves in the winter, need a rest period so they know it's safe to come out and bloom. And if you don't have enough cold for them, they won't do it. They won't even flower. So you need to know if your climate is suited for the varieties you're thinking of. A third consideration then would be what I call plant sex. Is the fruit trees need to get pollinated, most of them, to bear fruit. Some are self-fertile. There's all different ways that they can do it. Some need cross-pollination, some need separate male and female plants. So pollination, you really got to know what your plant needs to get pollinated. And then lastly, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, where is our compatibility for grafting or for making a scion. I say the scions need some roots to make fruits. So can you root up that little cutting, or will you have to graft it onto an appropriate rootstock that you already have, like an existing tree, or are you going to have to get a whole new rootstock to get that scion growing in your yard? And then lastly, number 5 is what kind of stories are there about these fruits? There's so many different kinds. Each one comes from a place and is wrapped up in a whole family and a culture, and it's up to you to go out there and explore and find out the cultural history of the fruit trees in your own backyard or in your own community, and bring those to light and enjoy those. So here's some more details on those 5 considerations for making your your shopping list for our Scion Exchange. How to select the varieties that'll work for you.
To get to know good fruit, you got to get out to some tastings, which you might find at farmers markets or out at farms like Andy's Orchard, or out at Filoli. They have a great harvest festival there. Here in Santa Cruz, we had an apple tasting with over 70 varieties of apples, and we also have a lot of tastings out at the Wolfskill Germplasm Repository near Winters, and here we had about over 20 varieties of pomegranates to taste. In addition to taste, planning for a continuous harvest should be one of your objectives. So planning out what's early, middle, and late season fruit can be really important. This is a great harvest calendar produced by the Dave Wilson Nursery. You can find this online and download the full PDF file. So once you have a continuous harvest of fruit, what are you going to do with all that? There's only so much you can eat fresh, so you got to consider your storage possibilities for storing the fruit. Other fruit is suitable for different types of processing, like pressing cider or drying, so consider all the uses. Next consideration is climate. This is very important. If you don't have enough summer heat, you won't get ripe fruit. If you don't have enough winter chill hours, you won't even get flowers. And if you have too much inland heat, you're going to get burned fruit. So pay attention to climate. Here we are looking at a map of the Bay Area, and you can see a few different climates from the sunset climate zones. 17 is this cool coastal area, 14 is that real hot zone, and then the valleys in between are 15 and 16. So let's look at the first climate, the ocean or bayside climate, which is the cool summers and warm winters, Low chill means that your subtropicals will thrive, but you need low chill varieties of many things. Many of the higher chill fruits just are not reliable. The next climate's the opposite of the coast. It's the hot interior areas, and with the cold winters and high chill, most all the deciduous fruit grows well there, the heat-loving stuff, but you got to watch out for your frost-sensitive subtropicals and some of those heat-sensitive apple varieties. The next climate is the in-between hills and valleys that are mild, kind of warm summers and cool winters. They have kind of a medium chill hours. Most any kind of fruit does well there, and only some very high chilled things may be unreliable there. Most of the information on heat is easy to get, but the chill hours are sometimes hard to figure out for your areas, especially in the non-agricultural zones. So here's a list of some cities and their chill hours. You can do more research at the University of California websites, or contact your local master gardeners for more information. The next consideration is pollination. Without pollination, you don't get fruit. So here's a few of the different ways fruit trees pollinate. Self-fertile means that you only need one variety to get fruit, although more than one variety will give you even more fruit. Another way is what we call cross-pollination, where you need two or more varieties to get the pollination accomplished. But there's the problem, some have sterile pollen, and you need a third variety to pollinate. Another interesting way they pollinate is with separate male and female plants, like the kiwi, for example. So the last is the ease of rooting or graft compatibility. Starting cuttings in pots isn't that hard. Some things root very easily, and all you need is a pot and a plastic bag to get them going. Others, you need to know the graft compatibility rules. Some fruit species are grafted only onto rootstocks of their same species, like apples only on apple rootstocks. With other species, you can not only graft them onto themselves, but you can graft them onto other species too. So to get more details on that, you can refer to our grafting compatibility chart. Throughout the exchange, you'll find references, posters, and signage helping you understand what rootstocks and pollinations each of your desired fruit varieties will need. We'll also have grafting workshops and demonstrations and rootstock available for grafting onto.
Okay, with those 5 different strategies to get your shopping list together: taste, climate, pollination, graft compatibility or rooting ability, and lastly the stories and the history of your fruits, you should get together a pretty nice little list. And don't worry, it's great to do some homework and bring some supplies, as you'll see on our other videos, what to bring to the exchange. But bring your curiosity. There's lots of friendly people there that'll help you. We have lots of resources there to help you make those decisions, and we'll have some list of recommendations that should be suited to your area. This is John Valenzuela with the Golden Gate chapter, California Rare Fruit Growers, in this 2012 Year of the Heirloom Fruit, telling you to keep it juicy. Thanks.
Go to CRFG.org for more information on how to grow rare and unusual fruits, and consider being one of our 3,000 members by finding a local chapter near you. Also join us in the 2012 celebration of the Year of the Heirloom Fruit in conjunction with the National Heirloom Expo.